My name is Keith. I am 23 years old. I grew up mostly in New York City. My mother was pretty much nowhere to be found. For the first 3 years of my life, I was in foster care. And then after that, I was placed with my father. Me and my father would have very, very long arguments as we would yell so loud that the neighbors would just pretty much call the police and see what's going on. He would leave me in the house with no food. And I would basically see him come home with food with him. He would basically say, "Oh, this food's not for you." So I went back into foster care when I was 14. Because I was moving so much and going from home to home, I really didn't think adoption would be an option. Honestly, I just thought I was just gonna go through the system and then whatever happens, happens. As I was getting to the age 16, a family member of mine was getting more involved, but I wish they got more involved, if that makes sense. Because I wanted them to adopt me. I needed some type of stability. Just give me the home. Give me something more permanent so I don't have to keep moving around. So I currently live in Texas. I am a flight attendant. I travel the country for a living. It's like I'm the fastest packer here. Well, I learned that all during my time in foster care when I had to pack my stuff and go to this home and then that home and then that home. To be adopted would garner me the ability to not have to do that and not have to go to a home knowing that it's temporary and with the mindset of, well, this is all gonna go away, so let me not hold things dear. And I will tell you, even into my adult life, I've paid my own bills in my own apartments. And there were times when I felt like, this is all gonna go away. Let me just pay my dues and stay as long as I can and call this my room and, and on to the next. There are times where you'll have some days where you're just like, wow, I just wish I could call one person to just make this a little easier. But I couldn't. I think everyone's deserving of a part of a family. I deserved a family that was healthy, stable, resourceful, understanding, and understood that I was a kid. I want people to understand that though they're not your child, they could be your child. They're still a child. They still don't know what to do, where to go, who to get where from. Be that person. Please don't sit around and wait for them to just figure it out. There are a lot of kids that are deserving of a parent that cooks food when they get home, makes up your bed, or tells you to make up your bed, washes your clothes, or teach you how to wash your clothes, wash the dishes for you, and then eventually tell you to wash dishes. You know what that does? That gives them grace. That gives them hope. That gives them understanding of what real love looks like, what true love looks like from a parent. So they won't have to go out there and look for it for themselves, and then they meet the wrong people, and then guess what? They're a statistic. I wish I didn't have to fight that way. I wish I didn't have to grind and grind as a teenager to try to look for something that should have already been there. I experienced what I thought was love in the wrong way by the wrong people. Miss White, she was a drug prevention counselor. She's been alive for over 10 years. Miss Baker. She was one of the first people in my school to find out I was in foster care. They made me who I am today. So to even think about people like her or Miss White to like adopt me as a permanent family, looking back at it, that would have been amazing. You know, I'm glad that they're still a part of my life, even as an adult. But I wish, damn,